Touch and Go card business, and together with our partners, the Ant Group, we set off to build what we believed could be a national leader in payments and financial services. We are Malaysia's largest eWallet company, with over 16 million users. Over 5 million of those transact with us monthly. We are accepted in over 500,000 merchant points. Over the last 2 years, our total transaction values has risen to over 15 billion ringgit, 20 times compared to what it was in 2019. Correspondingly, today, there are approximately 5 million Touch and Go cards and 2 million Touch and Go RFID tags linked to the eWallet. The pickup, amongst others, was driven by the government's E29 e-Pejana programs. These programs were put in place to initially support the rakyat in times of deep COVID, but in actual fact, it was far deeper reaching than that, essentially pushing us as a country and as a society towards a cashless environment. Core features will include low entry barriers, minimum monthly salaries of 800 ringgit, loan amounts from as low as 100 ringgit to 10,000 ringgit, repayment in as quickly as 1 week to 52 weeks, credit scoring that takes into account existing purchasing patterns and behavior, and next day approval for users, and 5-minute approvals for returning users.
In 2020, CIMB calibrated our strategic plan Forward 23 Plus to deliver on CIMB's group ambition to be the leading focused ASEAN bank. One of the key pillars of the Forward 23 Plus strategic plan is digitizing for value, where we aim to take market-leading position to drive digitization in how we deliver services to our customers. In this context, the launch of this maiden loan product by Touch and Go Digital in collaboration with CIMB Bank is an extremely important milestone given the impact it has across 3 dimensions. Firstly, it marks the close collaboration between CIMB Malaysia, CIMB Bank and Touch and Go Digital, our associate company, to introduce an innovative financial services product to the market. This reflects the synergy that can be extracted by CIMB's group investment in Touch and Go Digital while cementing Touch and Go Digital's position to be the market leading in introducing new innovative products.
Our focus in managing the twin crisis of health and economic remains on effectively managing the impact on individuals, managing the impact on households, as well as managing the impact on business. So the protection of lives and the healthcare system remain crucial, particularly in ensuring the safe resumption of social and economic activities. Now you look at today, fast forward today to today, Malaysia's rate of growth and steadfast management of the pandemic are clear indicators of the economy's recovery, especially as we transition to the endemic phase with international borders, as I mentioned, reopen today. So this will provide much needed momentum. Our economy, as announced recently by Negara, is expected to grow by 5.3 to 6.3% this year. This is actually in line with the projections by both IMF and World Bank. So overall, the key expected outcomes by 2026 include first, rapid adoption of digital payments, with e-payments per capita increase at a CAGR of more than 15%. Second, insurance and takaful penetration rate of between 4.8 to 5% as percentage of GDP. Number 3, doubling the number of individuals who have signed up for micro insurance or micro takaful. Number 4, consistent growth in alternative finance directed at new innovative business. And finally, cross-border payments that are faster, cheaper, and more accessible. So ladies and gentlemen, in pushing the finance for all agenda, the government recognizes that it is not only the availability of digital finance products that is important, but also the access to these products. In this regard, our aspirations for digital inclusivity will remain unfulfilled unless the necessary infrastructure is in place. So various measures in Budget 2022 will pave the way for Malaysians and businesses to embrace digitalization, and this policy is expected to continue in future budgets.
In 3, Go eWallet movement, an absolute game changer. I would like to invite Mr. Effendi on behalf of Touch and Go Group to present this momentum to our guest of honor. Why we thank you very much for gracing us with your presence, taking time out of your intense schedule to be here with us today.
We always said that we would evolve towards financial services and not just payments, right? And if you remember, members of the media, you covered for us Go Plus. Go Plus has done very well. You covered our insurance launches. And today is said to be the lending proposition, right? We believe this is an extremely powerful proposition. We created this proposition by listening to the market in terms of exactly where the gaps were. We understood the friction behind personal lending as it stands today, and we tried to make sure that we use technology to ensure that we deliver a product that is of very high value and at the same time make sure that it's fulfilled in the most efficient way possible.
Items from the eWallet, right? I can't divulge too much, but for example, your spending pattern, your reload pattern, your spending amount, and so on and so forth, right? So those are wealth of data that we complement on top of both the normal bureau underwriting. That's how it works, right? So essentially, it's all your transaction that you do, your top-ups, where you spend, and so on and so forth.
One is we hope to educate Malaysians on the importance of good credit, right? Because at the end of the day, you have to understand what the bureau has. But in order for it to be extremely inclusive, we also use non-bureau data, right? In terms of what people spend on and your habits. Like for example, if we know you pay your bills every month, we know you're good for it, that kind of stuff, right? And then as I say, I can't say too much about the data points that we use, but there are quite a few. So target markets for this product are obviously in terms of the more underserved segments, right? The lower income segment obviously has a very good skew on this. And I think that, today if you look at a lot of borrowing Malaysians, I don't have the data on me, but I know that a lot of borrowing Malaysians, there's a large portion don't have still credit scores or don't understand it, right?
So if you notice, this loan product, this financial product is not of high ticket size. And let's just say someone coming in at 1,000 ringgit salary, we are not going to be approving a 10,000 ringgit loan, for example, right? So it will be very difficult, number one. Number two is that the ability to pay back, and one thing that I didn't mention just now, actually, you can actually pay back through your eWallet, right? Also from your bank account. We will do things like, help you sweep when the time comes, right? And so on and so forth. So, and obviously the whole education, we will let you know 3 days before, you are due, and so on and so forth. But I think fundamentally is, we are not borrowing high numbers, right? Prudent. That's why if you notice what I keep saying is that we do not do away with bureau, with the credit. We also have that as a backing to make sure that part is taken care of.
It's been encouraging. We're up quarter on quarter for sure. Year on year, we're up for the first quarter. But it's hard to try and we're a private company, so we don't put our numbers out there. But it's been encouraging. There's been growth year on year on the first quarter.
Bank loan, essentially, right? It's underwritten by CNB. The normal processes will come in, so the collection and so on and so forth. But of course, we do add a digital element behind it, like I mentioned just now, right? So rather than the conventional, maybe letters, SMS, and things like that, you will get in-app notification. We will let you know if we do see there's funds in that we help you sweep and pay. But ultimately, it's a bank loan, so all the normal procedures will be there. If there's really bad debt and things like that, it will go into the customer's credit bureau and things like that.